Hello everyone. So in this video, what I'm gonna work on is the student work. So actually, I have the list of student work, but what happens when someone clicks on this learn more button, right? I want to create that interaction. And to do that, what I have in mind is this. Someone clicks on this, the user clicks on this card, and then an overlay comes up on top of this page in which they will see uh, the project, and then this whole page will be kind of like uh, inactive, and only that panel overlay will be active where they see the stuff, and they can uh, close that panel once they are done looking at the student work. So that's the plan I have. So let's work on that. So each of these cards are um, instances of a component, right? So what I'm going to do is I will, but if I made that interaction right here in the card, this component, then all of these things will have um, that interaction, and I don't want that, right? So I'll have to do this like one by one for each of these. But since this is going to be just a prototype, I can create maybe one overlay, and then I'll apply the same overlay, just one overlay for this one, to give the testers and the experience of that overlay. So I'm going to work on that. Okay, let's see. So the overlays are usually I mean, there are overlays that take the whole screen, and there are also overlays, people design overlays in different ways. One that you can take the whole screen, or you can just center the content in the middle of the screen. You can implement it however you like. So in our case, let's see. I'm open to both the ideas. Let's see. Okay, so what we need is a placeholder, kind of a overlay placeholder, something like that. I'm gonna use it like so, and I will add auto layout. Okay, I'm gonna call this overlay. So in this overlay, since these things, these card instances have some rounded corner, I'm going to use that here. I think it's 8. Yeah. Okay. I have already added auto layout. I'm going to say 0 pixels to all padding and gap between items. So the idea is that I want to show, let's say, I want to show app design, app prototype, project of the student, right? So what I want to do is I want to show multiple. It's collapsing because it has an auto layout hug width. I'm going to say fixed, and fixed, and maybe fixed height and width for now. Later we will change it because we are not going to use it. Let's keep it fixed width and height. We have auto layout, but we have fixed width and fixed height, so let's keep it that way. I want vertical auto layout. You see, users will be scrolling this, right? Scrolling up and down. So I need vertical auto layout. If this uses, if you want horizontal, scroll, then you would apply horizontal scroll or horizontal layout, then you would use horizontal auto layout. So right now I want vertical auto layout, and here I am going to have images. Okay, let's say these are some images of the work they did, and this is vertically stacked, but I want them horizontal. So Shift A and then horizontal, make them horizontal. Okay. And there are 3 images, but they look like one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change each one of them, or I'm going to add stroke to each one of them. Okay, there you go. And then I will also add fill container. Whoops. Right. I don't know why it doesn't work with fill container. With. Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, this is like image container, right? This first needs to say fill container, and then all 3 images fill the container, right? What happened here? I don't like it, like that. Oh, because this has some border, right? Okay, you know what? Instead of adding the stroke, what I can do is I can add like 1 pixels of gap between items, and it'll show that. And top and bottom, 1 pixel. Left and right, 1 pixel. You know what? I don't like that either. So let's keep it like this for now. Okay. The idea is that we will have a slideshow, like button here, button there, and things will start sliding, and some text over here. Okay, so that's the idea I have. Let's see. So now I already have a title, right? Or you know what? Actually, no. Yeah, I mean something very similar to this, but larger, right? That's what I'm trying to do actually. Yeah, something like this. I mean, not exactly, but close enough. Okay, I'll take this as a reference. So what I want is I want the title and the text. Of course, I want them here, right? I know it doesn't look good, but we'll make it work. And then I also want to show who is the student, right? How I'm gonna do that? Let's see, I can actually, right, like so. I'm gonna call this title, well, yeah, title. Okay, there you go, title, and this is going to be text outside of this title. I want the title and the image, or the student's profile picture in the same line. So under title, I have both of them there. Horizontal layout goes there, vertically centered. Now I will start adding some padding, but what I'll do is, so if this is the overlay, right, this is the image container, and this whole thing needs padding. I'm gonna wrap everything, and not everything, like the header and the text, the title and the text. Call this content. So this is overlay content, right? I want to add some padding in there. 90 pixels. Yeah, let's do 90 pixels. Yep. And if we don't like the padding, that much of padding, we'll take it out. But for now, let's just do this. Here is the title, right? You know what? And I also want some gap between this title and the text. So I will say apply variable 90 pixels there. That's too much. 32. Let's see. And this title, oh, actually this image circle, I want this to be larger than that, maybe 60. And the title, font size, this can be a title size. Can it be 60? That's too big probably, right? Well, we will see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. I want to take this out. So this is the overlay. Here is the title. I really don't like how this thing is here, you know. So let this title be title. Okay. I'll do that. I also don't want to, you know, show the student profile first and then title. So what to do here? Probably what I can do is title on the left and the user profile on the right. Let's try that. So here's the title, right? And right there I also want to add some text about the name of the student, right? And year, I think year is, yeah, name and year, graduation year. Yeah, something like that, okay? And we'll call this name and year. This is the image, right? I'm gonna wrap them in a auto layout. I want them as horizontal, in a horizontal layout. Call this profile. Okay, I don't want that much of gap between items, so 24 is enough. No, maybe less. Whoa, here, less. Okay, name of the student, I can maybe do this as h3, can I? Why not, right? h3. Name of the student and year, yeah, here, that's fine. Anything else we want to add, we can always add them later, but for now let this be. Okay, and this profile and the title, I want them in like one row, so Shift A. Actually, you don't need auto layout for title, so I'm gonna clean that up. So this is called header. Yeah, header is fine. Okay, header, and this is going to have horizontal auto layout. Now where did the title go? This is the profile. Oh, okay. This should say hub content image, and this should say hub content image and version. They both should say hub contents as well. Okay, yeah. Name and year, profile. It needs vertically centered alignment. Do that. Okay, and the gap between items, it's like too big. Let me apply slightly smaller, 12. Yeah, I think that looks better. Now you have profile on the left. I actually want the title on the left. There you go. And the header should be centered as well, vertically centered. There you go. Gap between items. You know what? I actually want gap between items auto, so that this name of the student goes all the way to the right. Okay, there you go. I'm not quite sure if I really like it, but this is the beginning. Okay, this is the initial idea I have, so I can always make changes later, but for now this is what I have. Hard content, this should also say hard content. Okay, there you go. Now, because for each of these cards I'm going to use this overlay multiple times, right? This is student work overlay. I'm going to call this student work overlay. So because I'm going to use this like multiple times, I will create this as a component. Okay, create component, and I will use this. I'll send it to the organism later, but for now what I want to be able to do is change the title, right? Change title whenever I want. So I will say title, add student work title, right? Create property. This is going to be student name, and this is going to be here. Right. And here is the text. I am going to keep this as is. Okay, sometimes when you add the text property, you can add the paragraph. Yeah, but you may not be able to format like headers and so on. So I'm gonna just keep it like this. Yeah. Okay. So this is the component I have right on the side, and here is the instance of that component. Okay, now what I want is that the interaction that I want. First, before I do that, let me just add title as some of the student work from previous semester. Let's see. Student work. Okay, bits. We use that. Right, and what is this project is about? Okay. That's a lot of text. let's just do that. Okay. And I can do this. Okay, so that's there. Okay, and the title, I'm going to use this. Whoa, that's so. Okay, it looks like this title is too big. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Maybe type of the project, that might also be important. But that's okay. Let's just keep it like this for now. Okay. So I have the overlay ready, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the interaction. So to do that, select this, and then on click, open overlay, right? Position centered. I want to close when clicking outside. I also want the background. Yeah, and animation, I want to move in, and I want to move this panel from bottom to top. Okay, like that. Okay, all right, let's preview this. So here, student work, and I can click on that. So here you go, right? I'm not quite sure if I like this, how this is kind of, yeah, overlaying on top. Well, maybe it's too wide. I can, play around the size. Not there, sorry. Here. Is it better? Maybe. Maybe not. So another way of, one more way of doing this is making this exactly this size, where is the, oh, I can't do that anymore. What? Oh, I can always check the width now. Yeah, 1512 by, okay, 1512, that's all I want. 1512, right? So this is the width, and here the padding is going to be hues, right? To keep it consistent. Okay, so this is going to cover the whole thing. And what's the height of the 14-inch screen? Let's see. So it is 982. So I'm going to do that. 982. So I'm basically trying to cover the entire screen. Okay, let's see what happens. Oops. Is it working? Should work. Okay. There you go. This is what I was looking for. All right. Yeah. So now look, I mean, I'm here, but now there is no way I can go back, right? Unless you click outside of the laptop, which is not going to work in real world. So what I need is I need somewhere to click to close this out. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a close button right here. Okay, let's create that button. Well, I do have a button, don't I? I have these buttons and I can use one of them. So I'm going to use this button. Does it have no? Okay, I can use that because it has the icon. Yeah, so I'm going to use this outline button. Here I want to use button. I want to use outlined. I want to show the icon, okay? Instance. There you go. And actually in this button I do not want the text. So I'm going to turn off the text. Whoa. I don't like how this is kind of looking like an oval. I don't like that. You know what? I'm going to create a different button that is called circular button, or yeah, button circle, something like that. Okay, let's do this. There you go. This is again a button, right? And this button will not have text. No text. The plus icon. Oops. I don't know why it is doing that. So in variant 9, I do not want this thing to work, right? So yeah, there you go. I took off that boolean property. I'm going to take out this button text as well. So this is button circle or button round. This round is fine. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is 60 pixels by 60 pixels. Okay, so this is round, or maybe 54 by 54. Yeah, I think that's about right. What's the height of this? 41. So maybe 40. Okay, like that. Okay, and when hovered, I want this to become, black. So variant 10, this is round hover. Right, and the button I want here is going to be white. And I don't want plus icon. I actually want X icon. I can actually rotate this, like 45 degree if I rotate it. Yeah, there you go. 45. Okay, I have that ready. So I'm going to use this button, right? So button circle. Button round. Okay, there you go. So this is going to be inside of here. Oh well, cannot go inside there. It has to be under the component, okay? This is an instance, so in here component. And since this has auto layout, it's at the bottom, but I can make this an exception and put it somewhere there. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Well, looks like this also has to be the same size if I want to position this in specific place. So let's 15, 12, 982. Now I can position it somewhere where I want to, you know. There you go. Okay. So we have that button over here. So what we're gonna do, and no matter what, which student work you are on, right? This button will always close the overlay. So we can add that interaction right here. Go to prototype, on click, close overlay. Okay, so whenever you click this button, doesn't matter if it is like any student work is open. When you click this button, that button is this button because it's an instance of that component. So when you click that button, the overlay will close. All right, so let's take a look. Click on that. So, ooh, what is that? This button is messed up. It did say something like restart, right? Okay. Oh well, what? While hovering, it's going on this button. No, I don't want that. I want this. Right? Okay. Okay, that's all I want. On hover, do that. Right? Cool. Okay, it should work now. Again. Restart. Ah. What's going on? Come on. Perhaps I have to reset this. Okay, let's see how it's doing. I have no idea why it's doing that. Well, for now, what I'm going to do is I am going to delete that. Okay, just keep that one for now. We'll add the hover effect later. So, file. Yep, so this is fine. Now I'm going to put this, ignore auto layout thing. There you go, right? And then I also want to add the prototype on click, close overlay. All right, so here we go. Bam, right? Bam, good. Bam, okay, cool. All right, so what happens if this content is like super long? Let's see. Right? What happens? Let's see. We want to say height, say how content. Okay, let's say it's like this big page. Now click on that. Restart. Student work. What's happening? It doesn't show up. Yeah, this is the one. I just updated. What's going on? Okay, let's see. There you go. Okay, it's not showing the entire content, and because it cannot scroll up, right? So let's do this. Scroll behavior. No scrolling to vertical. Okay. Interesting. I'm so screwed because you see, I created this as a component, but now it doesn't scroll because this is a component. Okay, lesson learned. If you want, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't scroll because it's not bigger. The content is not bigger, right? So it's not going to scroll. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, you know what? Let's not use this as a component. I was hoping that it would work, but no, not really. So I'm going to delete this component, and I am going to detach instance, which means just, you know, forget about the component that is attached to this. That's what it means. Okay, so this is overlay, and now if you go to prototype, vertical, will this work now? Still doesn't work. I wonder why. Frame. Will it work now? Maybe. Yes, it works now. Okay. Well, in that case, this should also work, right? There's the component, and now if I did something like what was the height? 982. Okay, and now, yeah, it works. Okay, all right. Again, I'm still learning. Okay, there you go. This works now. This button, I want it to stay there. Even though things scroll, I want this to stay there. So what I want to do is I want to say go to prototype and say oh, not there. I think I should do that in the component, right? So there, do not scroll with the parent, but stick at top, at the edge. Okay, if I did that, okay, but I don't like it, you know, touching it on at the edge. So what I can do is I can add some padding instead of yeah, I can add some padding to the button. To do that, I'm going to say Shift A, adding more, adding auto layout. I'm going to call this button wrapper, and simply add what, like 24 or 32 pixels padding left and right and top and bottom. Whoa, 90 is too much. 30, oof, no, not that. 32 and 32. Or maybe 24. Yeah, I think I like it a lot like this. There you go. So now when it sticks on, when it is sticky on top, it'll stick there. So you still have this much of space. Let's try it out. Wait, what is going on? Oh, did I do something wrong here? Oh, scroll with parent. I want to say sticky at the top edge. Okay. Now it should work. There you go. I don't know why it moves at certain point, right? Doesn't move, then it moves. Interesting. Okay, anyway, we have this setup ready. So we are basically here in this overlay applying the principle of constraint. We are constraining users to, this page, or constraining them to look at this page, because they by interacting with these cards, by clicking on this card, basically it's showing that they are interested in looking at this content, right? So click on the content, you get to see the student work, and then to go back, go there, and then you can click more. All right, so that's all I wanted to show. Thank you.